Most people look at me as bold, courageous, on it. My kids, my actual kids, call me a badass because I've done so much and faced so much. Sorry for the language. Most people think that I am very, very independent and able to handle myself, very emotionally strong. Yeah. But to some extent, it's true. And a lot of people call out the level of courage that I have when I'm facing things. And so they have this opinion of me, which is somewhat true, but not always true. So yes, I know I'm known for being strong, but I have these hidden areas of passivity in my life. Passivity is driven by fear. And I was realizing, I can think about how strong I am all day long, but to realize that sometimes passivity comes in ways that are not so like powerful, bold, strong, all that stuff. They come in this kind of hidden way that it's like, where'd that come from? What it is, it's, there's hidden areas where I've been stuck and it's not moving with the courage I thought I had. And here's the reason. It's just fear, plain and simple. For me, the biggest fear that has sabotaged me, especially since 2017 in particular forward, the single greatest fear is fear of losing relationship with somebody. That is by far the largest driver. But there's fear of failing, fear of rejection, fear of not living up to expectations, fear of success, which is the craziest one to me. Does that sound familiar? Like, let's get real about this. Look, passivity is something that even the strong deal with. And we have to be, real with ourselves to get the bare truth to know where we're really at. Passivity often hides under the surface. It's masked by busyness or waiting for the right time. Passivity doesn't always look like doing nothing. It often looks like waiting or avoiding or procrastinating on the things that really matter. It's that hesitation to have those hard conversations, the unwillingness to take those bold risks, or playing small even when you have a vision burning inside of you. I had one, I realized I feel like an idiot right now. That's just how I feel. I had a hidden area of passivity coming out of my life. And it was really in the middle of my business with my team. I had such a fear of losing relationship that I wasn't being firm, strong, and confident about where I needed to go. And so there was this incredible meeting where I was just like, okay, I'm not going to be passive. I'm going to say exactly what I feel the direction is, exactly what I believe we need to do in different areas. And so I had this fear of like, God, what if I lose them by saying the truth? What I really feel the direction we need to go. And I got into this place of utter passivity that cost us time. And so what I had to do was do it scared. I had to do it even though I didn't feel the energy to do it. I had to do it even though I was serious. I had to do it even at the idea that I could lose my entire team in one fell swoop if that was to happen. So I wasn't going to hold on to relationship too tightly. And so what? I went to my meeting with a few members of my team. I shared in tears because I was a little too flippin' afraid at the moment. And guess what happened? I was proven kind of an idiot. That's just being real, like the harsh language. The people that were there from my team, they unequivocally supported me. They lifted me up. They blessed me. And one of them even said, well, now I don't have as much pressure. And I'm like, what? Because I was like, I had pressure because of the thing and the thing and the thing. Oh my gosh. So I had a tough decision. I delayed. I had a moment where I knew I should speak up, but I didn't. And that passivity cost us time. It cost us progress. It cost us alignment. I realize I'm trying to like push my team forward and then come in behind them, when what I really need to do is rise up and give them a platform to come with me. We have to recognize where passivity might be holding ourselves back in our own lives and even in our teams. The underlying force of passivity is fear. Fear wears different masks: fear of rejection, fear of failure, fearing of being exposed that I'm not good enough. And it just keeps us passive. Passivity isn't just laziness. It's simple fear in disguise. It's that moment where you know you need to act, but something inside of you says, not yet. That's fear trying to hold you into a box. It's the very same thing that has held me back is exactly what might be holding you back right now. So I want to ask you this, just to think for a moment. Where is fear causing you to hold back right now in your leadership, in your life? And by the way, we're all leaders because we're first leaders of our own lives. You are the CEO of your life. You are fully responsible for the outcome that you're getting. We have to confront the real enemy and how that's been playing out in your life. These are those muddy trails we talk about. All that's been playing out in your life. These are those muddy trails we talk about in the Arrows Edge main trail. These things that are keeping us stuck in the mud, unable to move forward. So what does it look like to break out of passivity and into courage? And I'm telling you, some of the most courageous, dynamic people I know still operate in passivity because of some fear or another. Mine happens to be a fear of losing relationship. It cost me in the ministry world big time. So afraid to confront because I didn't want to lose their friendship or relationship. So you have to realize we can break out of passivity into courage. Courage is not the absence of fear. It is taking action despite it. Courage is actually a decision, not a feeling. So the first step is recognize, Miss Bold, you're being passive right now. Hey, you're being passive. It's awareness. The first step is recognize when you're being passive. It is so hard to fix what you are not willing to see or able to see. You have to make an internal commitment to just stay aware of these moments of like, I was just passive. Why was that? What's driving that thing? So the first one is let's be aware. The second one is let's have action over perfection. This is something my husband battles sometimes. It's like, hey, we've got this outcome we're going for. And his mind will go to all the reasons why it won't work, right? And then it'll get us paralyzed, unable to go forward because we're thinking of this is why it won't work. This is why it won't work. What if this happens? And oh my gosh, you get absolutely completely buried in the what ifs or the why it won't. And then we begin telling ourselves a story that brings us into our failure. We're looking at the wall we're about to crash into instead of moving forward towards the outcome we're looking for. I always say, what you behold, you'll become. What you focus on will bring you your outcome. So we have to be willing to take bold action. That's that map pack that Jessica created. I can't recommend it enough because it's saying, what do I want? What is the outcome I'm looking for? Getting in touch with your core why. And then we've got to take action immediately. Action over perfection. And you know what? Sometimes I'll look back at, oh man, I shouldn't have done that. Oh, I shouldn't have done that. I shouldn't have done that. I make mistakes, but the most successful people are able to just brush them off. So I encourage you to prioritize taking some action over always having to get things right. The habit of taking imperfect action leads to courage. That's that integrity piece. If you take action and you have some success, then you start to believe in yourself more. Your confidence goes up. Your integrity goes up because you're willing to take the actions because you've created and built trust with yourself. If you never take action, you never step into victory. And when you have fear, which is what I have fear. I had to look at that fear. tells me I need to plan. So what did I do? I planned a meeting where I was going to be authentic and vulnerable, even in the midst of my terror, right? I had to shift my mindset from avoiding the fear to using it as a compass to direct me. The more something scares me, the more it's likely something I need to pursue or go after. So I want to ask you this, just think inside. What's one area that you need to take courageous action right now? What is one decision you have been putting off for the perfect moment, for it to feel right, for all the circumstances? I've got somebody who's like, I know I need to take action here, but I'm waiting until my health is better. I'm waiting until the circumstances change. I'm waiting. And I'll tell you what, it's 3 years ago now. And that person has never taken action on it. What have you been putting off? Waiting for the perfect moment, or waiting for the grace, or waiting for it to feel right? Reflect on a specific area. Just take a look at, where have you been passive in your life? How many of you as good parents, like, we know the direction we want our children to go? How many of us just want to sit there and do all the work for our kids? What kind of outcome does that make? I know what it does for me. You know, I do, and go, a lot of us women will go serve around the house, and we'll do everything for our kids, and we'll be the perfect soccer mom. And you know what that develops? Laziness. They don't have the opportunity to step into courage and step into bravery, do things afraid, be strong, expand their capacity. I'm actually withholding. What's one courageous step you could do today to step out of passivity and into courage? Listen, the people around you, your life, your family, your career, your destiny, they're all waiting on you to step out in courage, to overcome passivity and break out in boldness. And you know what? When I did, guys, I got to sit there and just celebrate them yet another time. Over and over and over again, I get to celebrate the team that I get to be on, the team that I get to work with, and how incredibly amazing they are. But if I didn't say what was on my heart, I would still be in fear and in suspicion of, what they might be thinking. And I'm placing my past trauma on them. Courage is a muscle. It gets stronger every time you use it. So let's not leave fear to keep you on the sidelines. Today, right now, this is our chance to step out of passivity. Do it scared, but do it. Decide to lead with courage. So here's the key takeaways here. Start by being vulnerable. Open up. Look at areas where you might be passive. Look, I know we all face fear. And I know our amygdala goes off like crazy. And we can use those fears either to keep us down, keep us hindered, or to actually push us forward into positive action. It's amazing. Fear can actually launch you into success. But courage comes from action, not confidence. I encourage you to take one bold action today. One bold action. So listen, we're going to be really quick just because we started later, but I think what we did was also really valuable and important. And right now, I just even bless your mind. I bless your mind to be able to rearrange your thoughts and tell yourselves a different story.